Episode number 135. 7 prisoners released, 7 gory heads on pikes, the keys of the accursed fortress of the 8 strong towers, some discovered letters and other memorials of prisoners of old time, long dead of broken hearts, such, and such, like, the loudly echoing footsteps of Saint Antoine escort through the Paris streets in mid-July, 1789. Now, heaven defeat the fancy of Lucidane, and keep these feet far out of her life. For they are headlong, mad, and dangerous. And in the years so long after the breaking of the cask at Defarge's wine shop door, they are not easily purified when once stained red. Roman 22. The sea still rises. Haggard Saint Antoine had only one exultant week, in which to soften his modicum of hard and bitter bread to such extent as he could, with the relish of fraternal embraces and congratulations, when Madame Defarge sat at her counter, as usual, presiding over the customers. Madame Defarge wore no rose in her head, for the great brotherhood of spies had become, even in one short week, extremely chary of trusting themselves to the saint's mercies. The lamps across his streets had a portentously elastic swing with them. Madame Defarge, with her arms folded, sat in the morning light and heat, contemplating the wine shop and the street. In both, there were several knots of loungers, squalid and miserable, but now with a manifest sense of power enthroned on their distress. The raggedest nightcap, awry on the wretchedest head, had this crooked significance in it. I know how hard it has grown for me, the wearer of this, to support life in myself, but do you know how easy it has grown for me, the wearer of this, to destroy life in you? Every lean bare arm, that had been without work before, had this work always ready for it now, that it could strike. The fingers of the knitting women were vicious, with the experience that they could tear. There was a change in the appearance of Saint Antoine. The image had been hammering into this for hundreds of years, and the last finishing blows had told mightily on the expression. Madame Defarge sat observing it, with such suppressed approval as was to be desired in the leader of the Saint Antoine women. One of her sisterhood knitted beside her. The short, rather plump wife of a starved grocer, and the mother of 2 children withal, this lieutenant had already earned the complimentary name of the Vengeance. "Hark!" said the Vengeance. "Listen, then. Who comes?" As if a train of powder laid from the outermost bound of Saint Antoine Quarter to the wine shop door, had been suddenly fired, a fast-spreading murmur came rushing along. "It is Defarge," said Madame. "Silence, patriots." Defarge came in breathless, pulled off a red cap he wore, and looked around him. "Listen, everywhere," said Madame again. "Listen to him." Defarge stood, panting, against a background of eager eyes and open mouths, formed outside the door. All those within the wine shop had sprung to their feet. "Say then, my husband. What is it?" "News from the other world." "How, then?" cried Madame, contemptuously. "The other world?